Hey, what is up, my beauties? This is Nexus 1G here, and I'm bringing you a bit of a special presentation today. Something that I don't think that has been done before, and if you look in the lower right-hand corner of the video, you'll see exactly why it's so special. Down there, instead of the X and numbers and whatnot that show what to push in order to use my equipment and kill streaks, you see an Xbox directional pad. The reason you see an Xbox directional pad is because I am using an Xbox 360 controller. Now, what makes that so special is that I am still playing on the PC. The reason I'm doing this is because there is a bit of an issue with gamers, and the fact that console gamers and PC gamers are so split for a couple of reasons, but one of the primary ones is because the controllers are different. And PC gamer elitists would say, oh well, the Xbox controller puts you at such a disadvantage that you'll never be able to compete with PC players using a keyboard and mouse, which is naturally superior. And then at the same time, you'll also have PC gamers saying, oh well, they'll need aim assist, and them having aim assist isn't fair. Well, I'm here after a couple months of working at this. I can tell you this is nonsense. It's complete speculation that's completely unfounded, and through my gameplay here, I'm just going to prove to you that it's completely false. Now, I'm using the Xbox controller. I don't have aim assist because I'm on PC, and I don't magically get aim assist just because I'm using analog sticks. But I'm able to do this gameplay. That's about a 2-to-1 gameplay. I believe that my final score was 59 to 32. I wasn't doing a lot of the objective. I was trying to, we had B most of the game. I was trying to keep the right side cleared so that way we wouldn't get flanked too bad, and we could keep them pushed back toward in the house and toward their spawn. Now, you may also argue that, hey, Nex, you know, man, you're playing on Nuketown. I've been against a bunch of people who have high ping and clearly aren't that great at the game. Well, let me give you a little bit of background information as far as analog sticks. My experience with them is precisely none. The last console I owned as a young adult was the original PlayStation. I haven't really owned a console since, and so I have no experience using the analog sticks in a first-person shooter. So this last month, I've spent a lot of time, probably about 30 hours or so, just learning the analog sticks. And so I'm a complete noob and a scrub right now because of that, because I'm so new to them. So I feel that my gameplay with the analog sticks is about on par with these guys' keyboard and mouse gameplay. And as such, due to my such minimal experience, I'm still able to bring a decent gameplay to the table, showing that no, I'm not at a disadvantage. No, I don't need aim assist in order to get my kill streaks, in order to compete in the game and do well, and not feel frustrated because these keyboard and mouse people are just dominating me left and right. Now, there are a couple of times in this gameplay where having an analog stick did hamper me. It did get me killed. Two specific instances. When I say a couple, I mean specifically a couple. 2 instances in this game I died when I didn't have to if I was using the mouse and keyboard. And that's, I'm using a sensitivity of about 4 or 5. And that's out of 10, so there is room to move up, which would allow me to turn faster, which, if I notched it up maybe 1 more, I may not have died if my aim was on and everything like that. Here's one of the situations. See, he strafes off, and I knock the stick all the way over to the right, trying to catch up with him, but my aim is moving just as fast as he is, and I wasn't able to catch up in order to get the kill, and he was able to kill me. That was one of the instances where the analog stick had hampered me, and it was solely due to the fault of the analog stick that I did die. Now, you could go back and say, well, tactically it wasn't the best decision to run out there like that. I should have known he was there, etc., etc. And that's a valid argument, but sometimes you're just not going to know. And in those cases, the analog stick can be a bit of a hindrance to your gameplay. But that's going to be so rare and far between that it's really not going to matter, especially for casual gameplay, which, let's face it, 99% of the people, that's what they're here for, just casual gameplay. So it's not a hindrance. The other thing is the aim assist. I don't need aim assist. You don't need aim assist. Console players, the players who grew up with a console in their house and playing first-person shooters on the console, they are starting to get a little bit older, and what they're starting to realize is that, you know, this aim assist thing is pretty much BS, because these noobs who are horrible at the game are getting assistance, and we don't like that, because then I die even though I'm a better player because he has aim assist. What? That doesn't make a lot of sense. And some of my favorite commentators that I listen to have been starting to realize this last couple years or so in Call of Duty. And so I think that what we're seeing is as the console generation, as I will call them, the console generation starts to get a little bit older now, getting out of their low teens, getting up into their upper teens, and maybe even some 20s there and stuff like that. We're seeing a paradigm shift toward, okay, we really don't want to see that much help anymore. And if the industry has their finger on the pulse like they should, then they're going to kind of start seeing this change, and we're going to see these things kind of go on the wayside to appease the larger audience. And I'm very happy about that. So what I want to eventually see is I eventually want to see PC gamers and console gamers come together in love and harmony and just play together as one people, man. One people. That really is my dream, and I honestly think that that's where the industry is heading. The consoles developers, they need to loosen up a little bit and not be so anal retentive about being proprietary and all this kind of stuff. Make it a little bit easier for developers to do cross-platform work. It's going to go that way. It's the only way that makes sense. It does not make sense to have your customer base so split like this. So that is the direction I think it's going. And to those of you who are hanging on to outdated ideas that analog sticks are worse and they are going to hold back players, just drop the idea now, because it's completely not true. I spend a couple dozen hours on a game just learning the analog stick, and I'm able to pull out gameplay like this. There's no reason to be afraid of it, not in the least. When it comes to getting these kills, you know, a lot, when you're a good player, a lot of it's not about just being able to aim fast. That is part of it, true. But a greater part of it is being able to read your opponent, being able to read your minimap, to read your team as well, without having to talk to them. Like, for instance, if I'm up there and I'm fighting and I die and I respawn, first thing I do is I look up at my minimap. I look at where the red dots are showing up. Are they showing up on the left side or right side? Where are the green arrows? Are they all on the left side or the right side? If they're all on the left side, then you know there's going to be some enemies coming up the right side, and they're going to be busy firing at the guys on the left side. So you're going to have some pretty easy kills when it comes to that. And that's the kind of thinking on your feet, not just sitting back and camping, but thinking on your feet while rushing up to meet the enemy and to keep them pushed back and to keep your objectives obtained. That's key. That's where good gameplay comes from. Thanks for joining me, guys, and you have a great day.